Hello, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's nice out now, so the wind is blowing. Yes, Billy, thank you so much for being back with us. This is nice. Very happy. Every time I have to do it alone, I get worse at it, I think, because I'm just used to you being here. Allie, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming.
Dude, thanks for having me.
This is your first podcast ever.
First, you're taking my podcast virginity right now. It's huge.
Yeah. Is it everything you'd hope it to be so far?
It's honestly like, yeah, this is pretty good.
I'm not going to lie. They get worse from here.
Oh, okay. What's the worst one you've been on? Like, what's the scariest?
Well, when I say worse, I mean like low production value.
Like, what's the least you've seen?
I'm not going to say who, but it's someone we both know. And we didn't bring them up before this started.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, to just start it, you can kind of do anything. You know, like when I first started, we didn't have cameras or anything, and we were in a basement that would flood.
Wow.
So,
Would you do it into your, like, iPhone microphone?
no, I had probably something worse. I had these shitty, like, I don't know, these like gold Amazon microphone. The first one was actually from Wish.com.
Oh.
It was like a silver
throwback.
one. Yeah. Is that still a thing? Wish.com?
I feel like Shein took over.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Is Shein?
Yeah.
That's the new one.
Shein
was
like
just clothes.
no, they sell like food.
Oh wow.
Food too? Clothes and food.
And cameras.
Some girl ordered lobster and it was like $12. So it's like
That's not bad. $12 from. I
but
mean,
it
it's.
ships from China.
That's like I just recently heard of that. That what's it called? Gold Belly. Have you heard of that?
No, what is that?
You could just order.
I've done that.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Is it as expensive as they say?
I mean, it depends what you're doing. Like, me and my friends, we ordered a bunch of deep dish pizzas from Chicago.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like we do it every weekend. Like we were hanging out
Are
at
you
It was
there.
like a
fucking
splurge.
kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
No, yeah, it was awesome.
And
But-
you bought it to New York. Like that's the concept of this app.
Yeah, we were going on like a trip together, so we like in advance ordered these deep dish pizzas, and then when we got to our Airbnb, we heated them up. And
Oh, were you in Chicago when you ate them?
no, we were upstate New York.
You could get food delivered
How did
from
they
anywhere.
get there? That's so stupid.
They come.
How much was it?
I
I'm sorry, I just met you, Billy, and I'm already like.
think it was like
what?
$85 for like 3 pizzas, which
Yeah.
is like pretty good.
That's the most New York
Split in
bullshit.
between how many people?
4 people.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not the end of the world. But you got to make them yourself, right?
Yeah, they give you they come in like a tinfoil thing, and they give you the exact instructions of like how to
Yeah.
properly
How
get it.
old was it? Do you know?
I'm assuming it was pretty fresh. They overnight it to you.
This is a crazy world we live in.
What do you think is like the most like risky thing they've said?
Well, it's from individual places. Gold Belly.
Yeah, but like, what do you think?
So
Sushi, probably. Somebody ordered like
From
sashimi.
California.
Yeah.
we can pull it up. We can go down.
All the way
there.
across the country. That's wild, dude. Just order whatever you want.
Dude, that's insane.
You get 20% off right now.
Easter.
Wow.
All right, let's look at Easter dinners. Oh, look, there's lobster.
You gotta live in such a shit place.
What is it?
You have to live in such a like shitty place to have to order from here.
Right.
Maine lobster.
There's no food around.
You're in Kansas. You are nowhere where anyone wants to be or bring their food. Like,
Right.
That's,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Look,
It's a
there's
lot of Applebee's and Red Lobster.
lobster
there.
roll kits.
It's,
Ugh.
what if it was like Red Lobster? It wasn't even like a good place.
I bet Red Lobster does
Lobster
it.
from St. Louis.
We'll just do the top foods.
Hancock Gourmet Lobster Co. From where? From Maine? Is that what that was?
Let's see,
Probably
like
from
deep
Maine.
dish pizza.
Okay. What's that one all the way to the right? Is that like a
Should
charcuterie
we
board?
order one now? No.
It'll be here in,
That's something from
in a
LA.
few days.
15 minutes.
That's wild.
It's insanity.
Lobster rolls are such a waste of money. Have you ever had a lobster roll?
No, I'm not a seafood person. It
No
freaks
seafood.
Me out. Well, not all. Like I like salmon
Okay.
and like certain types of sushi, but otherwise, like it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Tastes like the sea.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess they do live there. Lobster rolls are so stupid, dude. They're like, because I'm from the place where they make them.
Oh yeah,
New England
you guys
is
are big in it.
lobster rolls.
We have some good ones too in Long Island.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that would make sense. You guys are literally in the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because I go into the water and I would never touch anything in there.
Yeah.
With my mouth, but
But-
we do. So.
Sometimes it happens by accident.
Yeah.
You just get a gulp of salt water.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like the beach?
Yes. Well, okay, so Long Island has like two sets of beaches. It's like North Shore and South Shore. South Shore all the way, beach-wise, like I
Okay.
think. Because it's like, it's not rocky at all. It's so smooth and they have huge waves. North Shore is like the smallest little waves and like super rocky.
That's the worst.
But if like you're old as fuck, like I get it.
You
Like,
just-
you don't want to
yeah.
get knocked out by waves.
Right,
But like,
right.
yeah, South Shore is all like the fun like beach bars and stuff and like it's a
Gotcha.
good time.
I remember as a kid, so my dad is from in a group of islands. He's from the islands.
Oh.
So he is used to being able to just swim like freely, and he's cheap. More so he's cheap.
How are
So we would go to this beach that was free. And it was like rocks, like lots of rocks in the water. So much so that we actually bought those like stupid, you know what I'm talking about, the swimming shoes?
Yeah.
That's every North Shore Long Island beach.
Yeah.
Just rock.
Just rocks.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like New England too.
It is the sound also, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably.
Yeah.
No, like your feet are destroyed walking to the water. You have to wear the. No, it's awful.
Yeah. Right.
But being from New England, how do you view people from like Long Island?
They're the same.
The same.
Yeah, they're the same. Like I remember he was showing me a video of like a promo. It was like a fighter or something that he was making, and I heard his accent. I'm like, that sounds so familiar. And it was from a guy from Long Island, but I'm like, this sounds like some guy in my neighborhood.
Providence?
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like Providence.
Wow.
I think everyone from the Northeast is like the same
You think Connecticut?
vein. Well, Connecticut sucks.
Connecticut sucks.
Connecticut's the worst.
Connecticut's like the oddest place on earth, I would argue.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. It's a shit place.
Like, yeah, 1 second. Like, I remember we did a college tour in Bridgeport, and my dad was like, we're just taking the ferry, and we're not driving. And I'm not Ubering us from the ferry to the campus. We're walking.
Right. In Bridgeport.
Also, by the way, I never applied to this college. They accepted me anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
They just saw you
They
walking
just
around.
sent me. Please.
We need someone normal here.
Right.
No, I lived in Connecticut for a year. It was awful.
Really? What
It was
part?
so bad. New London.
It's like butt fuck, yeah.
Well, it's near like near the casinos, like Mohegan Sun and
Oh yeah.
Foxwoods and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually used
That's not
to
near
work there.
Hartford. Hartford's the other way.
Yeah. Hartford's
Okay.
closer to here. Hartford's like more so in the middle of the state,
Yeah.
like middle north.
Okay.
Also bad. Every place I've been in Connecticut is just bad.
Then
It
you
just
come to
sucks.
Brooklyn.
yeah. It just sucks. Here's a funny story though. When I left Connecticut, where I lived in New London, I used to live right next to this really big bridge that I would see all the time. It connects Groton, which is another awful name for a town. It connects that place and New London. It's this really, I think it's called the Victory Highway. And I was living here in Brooklyn for maybe 2 months. I still had hair, and I was in a barber shop. And
I need to see that.
and I was looking. The news was on, and the whole time I was in New London, I was doing the podcast, I was doing everything. But a big theme would be me wanting a nuke to hit New London specifically. And I'm watching the fucking news, and a oil tanker fell over on the bridge and exploded. And it was this big, like, fire bomb on the bridge. And I was like, oh. All it took was me leaving. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this would have been a great podcast if I was there. I would have gone outside. I could see it from where I lived. Like, I could walk out of my house
Dude,
and see it.
The air is probably like fucked.
Yeah. Fuck them. I hate that place. Not a good place.
No, I went to Boston for the first time like last year, and it was so underwhelming.
You didn't like Boston?
It was very pretty. But
Yeah.
I found it very boring.
Well, you grew up here, so it's like,
That's
you
fair.
know, every other place.
No,
is
but I
like-
grew up in suburbia, though. I didn't
Right.
grow up here.
Right. That's true.
We would go to Times Square and be like, we're going to the city. And have no idea about anything regarding the city.
Yeah, that's funny that even you being here, you fell into the tourist trap of going to Times Square.
We came into the city for like my friend's like 17th birthday or something, and we went to like Red Lobster in Times Square.
Nice.
It was great.
That's a
It's
move.
awesome.
Yeah.
I went recently to Applebee's in Times Square. And
Supposedly that's fun just to do.
Those great deals.
I
who
know.
gave you that suggestion?
You're not the first person I've heard say that they
You
do
get
that.
twofers.
Yeah. Dollar Margs?
Dude,
It's like the only place in
no,
Manhattan
they don't
you
do
can-
that. I dropped $50 on appetizers.
Damn. What's going on in this fucking country?
No, it's fucked
It's
up.
the tariffs,
I
bro.
shouldn't leave hungry.
We
Like, that's
can't-
fucked up.
I know. $50 on apps. I thought they were half off.
No, that was like in
Damn.
2008.
Yeah. Before the other crisis. Yeah, that's wild.
True.
I last time I went to Applebee's, I ate so much I felt horrible. You ever like have like
Dude,
a
it's horrible for you. It's
oh, it's so bad.
also, we took my sorry, I didn't mean to like.
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
My Australian friend really wanted to go, and that's why we went.
Oh.
And we're like, they're just microwaving all this shit in the back. Right?
That soup came from a bag, by the way, which is true. I mean,
Wait, so your stomach hurt?
oh no, I the night before I smoked a blunt with hash in it, like real hash.
Yeah.
And I had a weed hangover the next day. I was like, and I was
And
starving.
then you ate apple.
Yeah, I went to the Applebee's at Atlantic Center, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat too much
Yes.
and feel horrible.
Love it. Also, B-dubs.
Not bad. You like them? I think they're
love
expensive.
B-dubs. I mean, I haven't been in so long, but it reminds me of childhood.
You spent a lot of times in a B Dubs.
Oh yeah,
As a
every
kid?
Sunday.
Every
Crying over
Sunday.
the Jets, yes.
You and your family? That was like
My
your thing.
dad, yeah, my dad. I remember we would go to him and his best friend's house from college, and my dad's 6'4" and he's like 5'4", so we called them Mike and Sully.
Ah,
It was
that's
really
genius.
cute, but
Yeah.
they were like the most angry ass like Jet fans you could ever imagine. Like we would go. And it was just, like, I remember associating, like, Sundays with, like, being angry.
Just pissed off. The opposite of
Yeah.
Catholicism or whatever.
Right.
You're supposed to rest on Sunday. You're most riled up.
Yes.
I think most Jets fans are angry, right?
Yeah, there's no happy ones.
Yeah, they're all pissed.
Yeah. A lot of alcoholism, yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Are you a sport guy?
Not really no. I mean, not like the ball sports.
Yeah.
I mean, I like ones where people get hurt.
Gymnastics.
Oh, right. You're boxing and shit. I
Yeah.
boxed for a little bit.
Like what do you mean? That's
You know, like, title boxing? They have them up in, like, New England, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like chain boxing. but
Yes,
I
yeah.
would just take like classes. And
Oh,
things,
nice.
so.
How did you like it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I miss it a lot. It's just like the places here are like so expensive.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
It's an expensive thing.
It is.
Kind of like I get it, the equipment and everything, but it's like as far as what you need, all you need are gloves.
Yeah.
You know?
In a punching bag.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where I'd put that in my apartment.
Yeah. You're just in your fucking kitchen.
Yeah. Destroying everything.
Yeah.
So just tilt your mic a little bit. It's blocking your whole face now.
Oh.
Like, maybe go lower and tilt up. Yep.
Oh,
that's
hell
much
yeah.
better.
Now we got it.
Hey guys,
Now we
I'm
can
back.
see those pearly whites.
You know, I've races for 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Well, it worked.
Observe.
Yeah. They're very straight. Very straight teeth.
Dude, thanks. I know, like, my brother had them for like 4, and never wore his retainer, so now they're like all fucked up again. I'm like, that sucks.
Is that a long time to wear braces? 5 years?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you not
okay.
have braces?
Never had braces.
Did you have braces?
I had braces, but I didn't wear my retainer.
How long did you have braces for?
I think 4 years.
Okay, shit. All my friends had them for like 2.
Yeah.
No, I got them on my
5.
10th and got them off my 15th birthday.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
Did you just eat
exactly.
candy afterwards?
Yeah, basically, I was terrified. But I also had a peg tooth.
What is that?
Like, this tooth right here is fake.
Oh.
And
You
under
could pull it out if you wanted to.
No, I wish.
okay.
That would be sick. That'd be such a cool party trick.
Yeah.
No, but basically a tooth just like filled in like this, and it was literally like a little like triangle.
Oh, it was like crooked.
Yeah, it was just pointy and odd.
Oh.
And then my cousin got one, same exact spot.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Where does that
sucks.
come from? Do you know?
I don't know.
Genetics, I guess.
Unfortunately, like the only ones we know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh. You ever watch the movie Teeth?
No.
Do you know this movie? I feel like we've
I've
talked
heard
about
of it. I think we pulled up the trailer on this.
Yeah. It's a horror movie about a girl's vagina that like rips guys' dicks off because it has teeth. You had what did you call it? A
That
peg?
sounds horrible.
That makes
A
sense.
peg tooth,
A
yeah.
peg tooth. She's pegging these guys, essentially. Apparently, that's a real thing.
That's
Let's Google it.
I'm Googling peg teeth or I'm Googling...
Vagina teeth.
vagina teeth.
No pictures, but
Would you rather have teeth for hair
or hair for teeth.
or hair for teeth?
I feel like this was a prompt at Fear City, wasn't it?
Probably. You're getting real unoriginal.
I feel like I would probably go hair for teeth and just shave them and wear like either gum it or wear.
Dude, would it hurt shaving them?
Oh, I know.
So there's
What
a
if they
medical
come in
term for
crooked?
it.
There is a term, right?
It says it's a folktale, but there is a medical term for it.
Yeah.
Vagina teeth.
Vagina
Stop.
dentata. It's Latin. So it's been around a long time. Can you zoom in? I can't see it. It's
This? Oh, everything?
Oh, I thought I was reading.
vagina dentata. Latin for toothed vagina, a folktale tradition in which a vagina is said to contain teeth, which is associated implication that sexual intercourse might result in injury, emasculation, or castration. I've been with some ladies, some emasculating ladies. The topic,
Vagina teeth.
the topic of vagina dentata may also cover a rare medical condition affecting the vagina, in which case is more accurately termed a vaginal dermoid cyst. This is disgusting.
Oh,
Told as a cautionary tale, warning of the dangers of unknown women and to discourage rape, which is, good.
That's
a good thing.
effective, I think.
I bet that works. In those olden times?
honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fuck. Who do you think?
Watch out for Maria's vagina teeth.
Yeah, who would you say is the craziest woman you've been with who would have vagina teeth?
I don't think he wants to say that.
I'm so used to talking shit.
I could
but,
totally
being
say
on
it.
a
I got no
microphone.
problem. She doesn't. I haven't spoken to her in a year. Literally
Oh,
a
only
year.
a year? Okay.
Yeah. It was actually the anniversary of the time we hooked up this past Palm Sunday. So, a few days ago.
I hope I'm in some man's mind this past Palm Sunday.
Yeah. Rode in
Do
on a
men
donkey.
think like that? That's crazy.
I mean, it was a weird situation. So
Oh
it's
yeah, well, explain.
we matched on field the same day.
Okay.
And then we just met.
Okay. Same day that you matched.
Yeah. Smashed in the car. That was it.
What neighborhood?
A bad one. Not here. It was back home in Rhode Island.
Oh.
It was like a fucking auto body lot in the middle of the day. That's life.
I'm so surprised more people don't get murdered off these apps. I know so many people just go and hook up in cars. Oh, one of my best friends, he went to go hook up with a guy from Grindr. But okay, we were hungover on his couch on a Sunday, and he's like, he grabs his keys and he's like, I'll be back in 15. And he came back in 10.
Fast. Yeah.
He came back in 10, and he was like, oh, yeah, just meeting some guy from Grindr. I was like, you're done? Like, that's crazy.
That's
efficient.
That's how guys operate.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. Gay men are powerful because it's like two sets of that mindset.
Exactly. You just fuck and you leave.
You want
I think
nothing
every
else.
straight man has at one point thought, man, it would be easier if I was gay.
Yeah.
No.
Speak for yourself,
Billy's
dude.
like, no.
Really? You don't think you'd have better luck? I'm sorry, I don't know what your dating life is like. But like,
Well, he's got a lady, so.
Oh, okay. How long?
8 years.
Wow.
That's a long
That's
time.
a wife.
Yeah, more or less,
shit.
right? Not me. I'm a lone wolf out here in the
Lone wolf.
streets.
In the streets of Rhode Island, meeting up with someone from Field.
Just running amok.
I tried to sign up for Field, but I didn't understand one of the questions they were asking me, so I just thought I wasn't meant for the app.
Do you remember the question?
No.
Oh. Well, it's all about, if you don't have kinks, then there's nothing for you to
I
answer.
thought I did.
Yeah. You're like, I like.
But I feel like they're letting anyone on.
Going on walks. That's mine.
Well, now there's religious people on Field.
What does that mean?
People I know who go to church are on Field.
Oh, yeah.
People we know.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean.
I didn't know you were allowed to have kinks as a religious person.
Oh, they probably have the worst ones. That's why they're in church.
Oh.
I grew up in the church. I was well, not in the church, but I went to Catholic school. So those
You
people
went to
are
Catholic school.
Yeah, those people are fucked.
You ever seen
What'd they
Da
do
Vinci
to you?
Code?
Yeah.
That guy, the albino guy.
What does he do again?
He
Whips himself.
he
right?
whips himself. In the back.
Yeah.
What?
That's true. You know the Da Vinci Code, the movie? There's this fucking albino. He's like a monk or something,
Yeah,
right?
but he's also like a hitman.
Yeah. But he whips the fuck out of himself. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Fucking-
That's what I picture all Catholics like.
but yeah, I mean, the point I'm making is the whole thing behind Catholicism is to hate yourself, more or less. It's like you're wrong, follow the word of God, and you'll be okay at the end.
Yeah.
So, and that's hard to get people to fucking do, forever. So those people
It works though.
those people that are so suppressed, they go to church on Sunday, but Saturday night they had their tongue up someone's ass. It's like that's kind of what happens.
True.
Yeah.
Is that why? The Catholic schools that were on Long Island were the sluttiest.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Literally. I mean,
Yeah,
the
you
thing
think
about
that's why.
totally. Yeah, you're just suppressed. You're suppressed for a long time, even just in America.
Yeah.
You talk to foreign people from, I don't know. The first place that comes to mind is France or Brazil or these places.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They're very sexually open with everything.
Also drinking, everything.
Yeah.
It's everything's much more casual, so then they have less addiction issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Italy, there's no drinking age.
No.
So it's you grow up with it a little bit. And so it's not like you're waiting and waiting.
You
and
have
then
a sip when you're 12 and you're
Yeah.
It's way healthier. Also I had friends in high school whose parents were we want to be with you when you're drunk for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had this one friend who had a timeshare in Aruba, and her parents sat her down when she was 16 or something. And we're we don't want you to make a fool out of yourself the first time you're drunk. Just do it right now. Drink all you want.
What? That's a crazy family. Oh my God. Come on, kid, get hammered. Didn't even get in trouble.
But do it in front of us.
Yeah. We want to watch. That's sick.
Wait, I thought that was sweet, but yeah.
Normally that happens if you get caught, right? You hear my dad.
The cigarette thing. Yeah.
You smoke a whole pack or whatever, which is a good way to get addicted.
Yeah.
You're wow, now I really want these. Just smoke the whole pack.
True.
But I do like the way that other places, other countries go about that shit. Because it's when we get 21, it's
Oh,
now we
yeah.
gotta freak
College.
out.
I
Yeah.
remember, I wasn't, I grew up with, a single dad, and I was, the only daughter. So he was strict as all hell.
Right.
So, drinking, boys, all that stuff. I went to college. Sorry, he won't be watching this. Yeah, this should turn around
You went
real
to college
fast.
and studied.
I studied
and worked
really
very
hard,
hard.
and I graduated in 4 years. So
That's right. Hey, that's all you
I
wanted
have a
from
job now. I can't complain.
Right.
But no, yeah, I wish I had a easier leeway into that because it was so let me
Right.
catch up for lost time type thing. It was-
Right. But it is, it is kind of important to have those blackouts when you're 18 and 19 and you don't know what you're doing.
When you're not like 14, there's people in West Virginia just drinking it up at like 13 years old.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's sad. That makes me really sad.
They're just drinking hooch in the fucking...
I know people who've like lost their virginities at like 7th grade.
Yeah. Black people usually.
That's not even true.
It kind of is.
I've only met white people who've lost it like 7th grade. So.
Well, when I was a kid, I went to the Catholic school, but it was in a pretty urban area.
Okay.
And they were we're in the 3rd grade, and there's kids telling me about getting their dick sucked and stuff. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
You think that actually happened though, or he's just like reciting?
I believe
Who's sucking a 3rd grader's dick?
I believe him.
You're still like, what a legend.
Yeah. Shout out Curtis Jackson. That's his real name.
Oh my god.
50 Cent?
Yeah, dude. I went to school with a guy named Curtis Jackson.
Wow.
It was sick.
It is sick. Yeah.
But anyway.
Wait. Which shitty state would you want to grow up in the most?
Which shitty one?
Both of y'all.
Somewhere with mountains, probably like New Hampshire. Or
That's not shitty.
That's kind of shitty. Have you been to New Hampshire?
No, but
it's kind of shitty.
Sorry, Middle America.
Shitty. Oh, you mean just
Midwestern crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate all that. I dated a girl from Indiana, so it's.
Oh,
ugh.
is she bland?
She was cool, but her family was pretty fucking bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could date someone from the Midwest again.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, like
When
I
you
went to
were in
college in
Ohio,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Midwest.
Right.
And it wasn't even like the Midwest, but like
It counts. I think that counts.
yeah, life is just so different there. Life is very like routine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't.
It's very small.
Yes.
That's the word. I
Yeah.
think it's like small. Everyone in the town goes to watch the fucking high school team
Yes.
play fucking
Yeah.
football.
No, and
Yeah.
I was dating this one guy, and his parents were like nervous because I lived like on Long Island, and they lived in like Pennsylvania, and they were scared that like if we got serious, he would move to like New York.
Oh no.
I was like, from Pennsylvania?
Not the big city. Yeah, I know. Pennsylvania's right next to it.
Right.
As close as you could get.
No, yeah. But I guess you could find that in any state.
Yeah, probably. Like lame suburb people.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. I would probably want to go. Well, I wrestled in high school, so if I could grow up somewhere with like a really good, like Oklahoma, they got a really good wrestling.
Iowa?
Iowa, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a big-
My uncle
corn-fed
wrestled for Iowa.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The Iowa State. The Iowa State. That's like crazy.
There's
Yeah.
Iowa U, and then there's Iowa State.
Right.
No, Iowa.
Okay, yeah, that one's better than Iowa State.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, either way, Iowa's got a crazy fucking legacy for wrestling.
Yeah, very odd.
That's the
Yeah.
Hawkeyes. The other one's the Cyclones.
Right. Yeah.
So the Hawkeyes a good one.
Were you guys into lacrosse? Was that a thing in Rhode
Nah.
Island?
We had a team, but they weren't. It was nothing.
It was a thing, though.
Barely. But
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, barely. I feel like that's like a West Coast thing, isn't it? Lacrosse?
It's huge on Long Island.
It's huge.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like the biggest thing.
Vineyard Vines Central.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like Connecticut, Long Island. I feel like very,
Yeah.
very.
Wow, I
like-
haven't heard Vineyard Vines in a while.
I used to hate Vineyard Vines, and then they interviewed me for like a job, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I love Vineyard Vines. No, it was like I honestly do associate Vineyard Vines with like such horrific individuals.
Yeah.
And my dad got a Vineyard Vines shirt one year to piss me off.
For
And my man's
himself or
also cheap as shit.
Yeah.
My dad is like And he purposely dropped $50 on this crappy Vineyard Vines t-shirt just to piss me off. Like, he committed that much to the bit.
Yeah.
A Long Island Lax bro did you wrong?
Yeah, exact. Oh, no. No, I was never cool enough to date a Long Island Lax bro.
Oh, they're cool with their long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Their backward sunglasses.
No, I dated guys who were, like, in the spelling bee. Like, that was...
Oh, Indians. Sorry. I keep doing it.
She meant Asians.
Yeah, right. Man, shout out Kill Tony for making racism funny. Again.
Have you done Kill Tony?
I went to the MSG one.
Okay.
I know they're going back in August. I'll probably go again.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I remember that was the first night I went to, like, Eastville.
Oh, really?
When Jason, like,
Murdered.
killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He not only, I mean, his set was great, but then he played the guitar.
Yeah.
Like, Tony asks you questions. He's like, got any hidden talents? And anytime someone says they can dance or play an instrument, he's like, come on, let's do it. And some people suck. They're like, I can play the guitar.
Did he bring the guitar, you think?
No, Tony has a band. Have you watched Kill Tony?
Yeah.
So there's like a band behind him. And
they just gave him one.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he fucking murdered, shredded.
Damn, man.
But
Did you ever play an instrument?
Yeah, there's a guitar over there.
Are you a guitar guy?
A little bit. I'm not.
Acoustic?
I got both. But
Ah.
I'm a hobbyist at best.
You're a hobbyist.
Yeah,
Got it.
I
Were
just-
you that guy in college who played what's it called, Wonderwall?
I got a funny story about that. I'll
Yeah.
in high school, I was in a fucking talent show.
Okay.
I called it a pageant last time because it was technically a pageant, but everyone clowned me. Anyway, I was in high school and it was a talent show, and I had to play. I didn't have to, but you had to do something.
Okay.
And I was like, I can play Wonderwall. It's easy, because it is easy. It's super easy.
That's
to play.
why all the dudes played it.
Exactly.
Parties.
And I said I was gonna play and sing, which I had never done in front of people before, and I forgot the words to Wonderwall, bro. And the girl that I was like,
Yeah, you were eyeing.
yeah, was right there in front, watching the whole thing. We ended up dating anyway, but in that moment,
yeah, he got that bag.
in that moment, I was like, ah.
Aww.
But I got second.
Where is she now, do you think?
Oh, I saw her. I saw her last time I went to Rhode Island. Just
To her house?
Got cafe. No.
Oh,
Come on. What am I, an
Last
animal?
time I went to her house.
What are we, animal? No, we just got coffee.
That's cool.
Did you ever see any of your exes?
Like, not on purpose.
Oh, just around.
Well, yeah, I guess the last one I went to go pick up my stuff.
Gotcha. I don't think that counts.
Honestly though, like, no. I feel like I like date someone and then I literally
forget about 'em.
never see them. No matter how heartbroken I am, like, never. They
I feel you.
never come around. But I also don't think I date people that are in my circle enough to
Right.
be like consistently seeing them.
You'd have to go out of your way.
Right, like
Yeah.
make plans or something. That would suck though. Like, I don't know, having mutual close friends with like an ex, like that sounds horrible.
Right.
Have you been in that situation?
No, so I've only been in 2 relationships.
Okay.
And the girl I was telling you just about, that was in high school, so that was a while ago.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
plenty
yeah.
of time for us to be adults and just talk normally.
Right.
The other girl, she lives in DC, so it's like,
Oh, that's so nice.
it's awesome.
Like,
I
you're
gotta
never worrying
Never
about.
have to deal with it.
Yes, that's amazing. I remember when I was in college, like, I would see, like, I would have to, like, avoid certain bars to not see, like, my ex and his, like, new girlfriend.
I
That
believe
sucks.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have to do that now. Like, that really.
Yeah.
Like, But also, I feel like that's pretty hard to do in New York.
Like, accidentally see each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That's like
For
the
sure.
nice thing. Unless you're like dating in the comedy scene, like you really will never probably ever see that person again.
Right. Yeah, with any luck.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure. What's like the worst run-in you've had with an ex?
Again, I mean, not really anything.
Really?
No. Like I said, I've only had 2 serious
Were they like good
relationships.
like relationships?
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
good.
fine. They were fine. I
Yeah.
mean, the
She sounds so surprised.
yeah.
I
She's like,
know,
what? I
I
thought
was
you were
like,
fucking.
I want to hear.
I thought you just said you fucked a girl in a car that you just met. And now you're telling me you could have a good relationship with a woman? What is going on? Yeah, no, they were fine. The first one, I broke up with her.
Oh, period.
Yeah,
You
but-
mean the one you like you
Forgot
died
the
on?
words
Yeah.
too. Yeah. But thank God for her. Thank God for her.
Oh.
Because who knows when I would have lost my virginity if it wasn't for her. Thank Christ. And the other girl got a job in D.C. and I didn't want to move there. So
Oh, okay.
it was like a,
yeah,
whatever.
mutual. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Not at the time though. It sucked so bad at the time.
When was that?
Well, it was like a string of bad things that happened in a row. Like her and I broke up, and I moved to Connecticut because I couldn't figure out a way to move here.
Yeah.
I wanted to move here my whole life, pretty much.
Oh.
And I was like, well, fuck it. I only have like 3 weeks to figure this out. I'll live in Connecticut for a year, I suppose. Probably can't be that bad. Little did I know.
Fuck Connecticut.
And then 2 weeks in, we were like, not 2 weeks in, maybe 2 months in, we were kind of doing the long distance thing. But after a couple months, she broke up with me.
Okay.
The job I was at I was making no money there.
Yeah.
What else happened? I threw my back out at the gym like bad, like I couldn't, like I was just in bed, and I got COVID.
No.
All within like 2 weeks.
She was like, you know what? I'm just like, no, you're not giving like high energy enough.
She's like, why aren't you jumping around like before? Yeah. It used to be so fun.
You're really aging.
Yeah, literally, that's what happened. But what can you do? You live and you learn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's so true.
Do you have any bad breakups?
Ooh.
Like dirty, dusty ones?
Dusty ones. Bad? No, I feel like I literally cut these people off and they like die. No.
Nice.
I mean,
It's like a limb.
like I block them and they're.
Oh, you straight block. You go for the whole thing.
Well, the most recent one, no.
Okay.
Because I feel like we can still be civil. The
Nice.
other ones, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, my first boyfriend ever shattered my soul when I was like 16. We still have each other blocked.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. What happened? Shattered your soul.
Well, he like cheated on me with like other
Oh,
girls.
Gotcha.
And he couldn't even drive.
That's your whole life when you're 16. If you can't drive, you got nothing.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Like-
It's way harder to cheat, too.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
it's like you
gotta
have to
walk
ask your
everywhere.
mom
Yeah.
to
Take
drop
a
you
bike.
off to cheat on your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like a bicycle?
Drop me off at this random Domino's, Mom.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you
Me-
got pegs?
Yeah.
Honestly, no, though. I feel like I don't. Like, if I come to the conclusion that something's about to end, I'm not gonna.
Prolong it.
Yeah.
You just say,
Or if
"Fuck
if I see something like that's like a genuine like characteristic that I do not like of you, and I could see being an abusive aspect in the future, like I'll just end it.
Name 5 of those right now. 5 red flags. Go.
Yeah. It's
Five.
one of those shows.
Wait, yeah, literally. I'm just gonna end it. I'm not gonna spend my energy on like.
Right. Trying to.
Yeah, I know
Fix it.
people have been in like on and off relationships for like years, but like that just sounds horrible. That sounds like a waste of time.
That sounds like a disaster.
Yes, yeah. Have you haven't been in like an on and off thing?
No.
Me neither.
No, on and off. I mean, not like a legit relationship where we break up and make up.
Yeah, you know.
I got no time for that.
No. Because I think that means you're not serious for them. If you're willing to just like, and then it's like, oh no, that's a backup plan. That's not.
Right. Well, I think it's like a weird, I guess an addiction thing.
Yeah,
Like
comfort.
You guys fight. It's like a cycle. Like, you're good, and then you have some really big fight, and then you hate each other for 3 days, and then you come back, and you do the nasty shit you guys love, and then that goes away, and then it just happens again. You're good for a week, and then you're mad. It's
true.
It doesn't sound like a good time.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It sounds so sucking.
Yeah.
What? Okay, wait. Red flags. What's a red flag of yours? Like, and it doesn't even have to be like romantic. Like, meeting a person in general. What's like
poor taste.
In anything.
Just about anything. Definitely.
Movies.
Definitely music. Music for sure. If you put some shit on, you're like, this is my favorite, and I'm like,
and it's Wonderwall.
Yeah, I actually love Oasis. That's one of my favorite bands. I would love that if a lady put on Wonderwall. No, more like Taylor Swift. Like if you're a Taylor Swift fan, that's like a hard no. Like I really don't like that. I can't. I just can't. I don't want to do it.
The field just got really narrow for you.
What happened?
The field of women just got really narrow for you.
They're all supposed to be fans of her.
Yeah. She's the reason anyone watches football.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's funny how little I care about football now. I literally just watch the past few. It's like the halftime show is what I want to watch.
Were you at the Super Bowl party?
Yes.
Okay, at Phil's?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was going on the entire time.
Remember, everybody was just hanging, and then Kendrick came on, and everyone sat down and watched.
That picture of us.
Yeah.
Have you seen that picture of us? Is so concerning.
Yeah, we're all just like.
No, because all of our postures are just.
Just hunched.
I'm like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to like fix this now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, it's actually like I tried thinking about this and like what high school lunch table would open mic comedians of New York sit at that we know.
Like you mean like
what would
these
their
are the
stereotype
nerds.
be? Yeah.
These are the probably the bad kids. Maybe. Some of them are the bad kids. Some of them are probably the dweebs, if I had to guess. You know?
There's a range.
Yeah. There's a lot of, not the ones that have been on here. That's actually part of my vetting process. You can't be a dweeb and come on this podcast.
I'm honored.
No, you're not a dweeb.
Thanks.
But a lot of comedians are dweebs. I won't lie.
In like what sense? What classifies a comedian as a dweeb?
They're just like weird. Like they could be very funny.
Yeah.
But if we're doing
like
this,
personally, like yeah,
they're weird.
I think honestly, some of the funniest people I cannot stand.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
Like so many.
Yeah.
But I appreciate their comedy.
It's her way of telling you you're not funny.
So many.
There's so many of you guys that are dweebs. I don't know.
It's true though, but like some of them I really like, but I think it took me a minute to actually meet people I actually liked.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And when I say dweeb, I also want to clarify. I don't mean like a nerd. Like I love nerds.
Right.
People who are nerds about things.
Who's like a wimp?
I love it. I don't even want to say wimp because that just seems mean. Like, let me give you an example. At the place I work at, there's some people that work there that care too much, if that makes sense. Tryhards. Yeah, they care way too much. Like, they're going above and beyond for a bartending job, which in my mind makes you a dweeb. Like, you're a dweeb. You're coming in here, you're telling me you're moving bottles a certain way. Like, it's just, you're a dweeb. You're a weirdo. I don't know how that translates to stand-up, but...
No, I know exactly how that translates to
stand-up.
I feel like I was a dweeb in stand-up for a minute, though, but... I think I've chilled out.
No,
I think
you're
I
good.
was like too try hard or trying like
I think everyone at the beginning is.
yeah, because it's like you don't know what audience likes you.
Yeah, and you take it seriously and then one day you realize we're just telling jokes.
Yeah,
Like, you wanna-
seriously and personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't like me or any of the stuff that I came up with.
Right, like I
Yeah.
suck because no, it's like no, they just don't like your sense of humor, which is fine because there's
Sure.
12 billion other people who probably like. It's just like it's interesting because when I first started, I was honestly doing pretty okay the first few weeks. Like I got a few laughs here and there, and then like July to August, I only started in like June, but July to August, I remember there was like 3 weeks straight. I didn't even get a chuckle.
Oh yeah.
And I kept going to
Yes.
Black Cat.
The worst place to go when you're on a skid. Like, I know how to fix this. No, everyone looking down. Perfect.
Sonia, no, I love Sonia. No, she like honestly was awesome, but like it was like, yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, within the month, I did a mic at Tiny. It was the
Okay.
first mic I ever did in New York.
It was my second.
At Tiny? Mm-hmm. What was your first one? Do you remember?
First one was a Laughing Buddha Eastville one.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you got robbed for your first one.
And then I got asked if it was my first time, and I was like, yes.
Yes. Yeah. The first one was at Tiny, and I remember at that time, I remember thinking that I was pretty good. I'm like, I think I'm good at this. And then I went there, and I didn't realize like what Tiny is, like what For us, I guess I can explain for people that don't know. Tiny is a hole in the wall, really, where
That's such a generous way of putting it.
that I have praised, by the way, for a long time on this show.
Do you still go?
Occasionally.
Okay.
Not as I think.
It's kind of sad how it fell off. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I won't exploit Tiny, but
Yeah, no, it's just different. There's just a different wave of people there now. So
Yeah.
you don't know. But anyway.
dweebs.
Dweebs, sure. Some of them are dweebs. And I remember going there and doing my 5 minutes that I thought was like perfect. Like it worked in every other place that I've ever been. And then it just was silent for the whole time.
Oh.
And I was like, I had that happen, but not in a while. Plus, this was my
The
best
confidence,
stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I came back home and literally in this room just freaked out, like hands on my head. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Am I that bad? Did I really fuck everything? But
Dude, yeah.
this scene you're kind of forced to get better, or you just get weeded out.
1,000%. I think being in New York really is a huge like benefit.
Well, what made you do it the first time? Because you're, fairly new at it.
Yeah,
You know?
I like one of my good friends in college did open mics here and there, and she's doing it more regularly now. But I was like, oh, that's fun, and that's when I kind of realized people can do it just for fun. Hated my office job or my internship, and basically would just like listen to stand-up comedy for 8 hours a day instead of music and just like pretend I was doing stand-up comedy.
Did you like it before that? Did you like stand-up before that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've always liked it.
Oh, yeah. And then fast forward, I moved to New York for a job, and then my friend and I were at a bar like last May, and this guy was hitting on my friend, and she was so not into him. And we were like, "What do you do?" And he was like, "I'm a stand-up comedian." And I was like, she was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh my god, I want to do stand-up comedy." And he was like, and he sent me all these mics, and he's actually like, he's friends with like Hannah Berner and stuff. Like he's like has good shows and stuff. Like he's really sweet during the process, and I was like, damn, I'm sorry my friend wasn't into you, but thanks for letting me know.
Thanks for the hookup. Right.
Yeah, and then I just kind of was like, okay, if I don't do this by Friday, like I'm never doing this ever.
Yeah.
So ripped the Band-Aid off and just
Kept going.
kept going.
Nice.
What about you?
I think it's the only thing I was made to do, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah. This is gonna sound weird or mean, but I have never thought it was hard to do. Even when I bombed that moment I told you just
Yeah.
now, like even
Came
when
natural to you. Yeah.
it's just always been easy.
Yeah.
Now there's plenty of other things in my life that I may never figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah, stand up for whatever reason has just always been kind of the thing for me.
When did you start? What was your whole?
The first time I was in college, it was my freshman year of college, and I probably did it maybe 4 or 5 months, like one mic a week.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really pursue it in a way where I thought I could do something with it, make a
Yeah.
career out of it or whatever. And then I bombed really hard at this competition, and I was the only one that bombed. And that like ruined me. It set me into a spiral.
That's brutal. Yeah.
And that was the beginning of college. So I used that. I was like, man, fuck that comedy shit. I'm just going to be a millionaire. So I became a finance bro for 4 years in college.
You were in finance?
Not a legit finance bro, but I got a finance degree. Like I have a bachelor's in finance.
I didn't
to this
fucking know
day.
that. You're
Yeah.
smart. Damn.
I don't use it, obviously.
But like that's impressive. I couldn't get that.
Yeah.
That's
I honestly don't even know where that piece of paper is. But I chose this life and haven't looked
you
back.
went to URI or
Rick, Rhode Island College.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you know about URI?
Everyone from Long Island goes there. I toured it.
Really?
I toured Johnson and Wales too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnson and Wales is, I mean, if you want to be a chef or something.
Yeah, they also
Or
had fashion.
hospitality.
I don't know what that was about. But
Yeah. Is RISD, do they have a fashion program? Because I know RISD's like a big.
I think so, but I
Yeah.
couldn't go to an art school.
Right.
Like I had to do the normal bullshit.
Okay, yeah. You didn't want
I
to
wanted
go to
like
art
a
school.
state school, like
Yeah.
sorority shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, throughout college, I pretty much forgot about it. I was like, I just suppressed
Well,
it.
yeah, you also have all this shit going on when you're, yeah.
And I got my job as a financial advisor, which is just a salesman or a crook, really, just a legal thief, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And I did it for maybe 6 days, and I had this moment that I still remember in the office, in this abysmal office in Braintree, Massachusetts, which is like a suburb outside of Boston. And it was me and one other middle-aged guy and the boss. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, I fucked up bad.
What the fuck did you
Like, just this whole thing. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this.
Oh, got it.
Like, I realized it in that moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
I do not want to do this. But when I was applying to jobs, I'm wearing a suit. I'm going into
Oh,
offices.
yeah, because it's the idea of
Yeah.
going to a job and making money, and you're like, oh, my life's going to be so much better because of this.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Nope. Right. So
Yeah.
then I quit that, and then the pandemic happened. And now we're all on a level playing field. Nobody's doing anything.
Right.
And at the end of that, August 2020, I started this. And then August 2021, I started stand-up. Or restarted stand-up,
Shit.
whatever. Yeah.
So when you were on your pod, what'd you like talk about before stand-up?
I know, right? I was so stupid. It used to just be like my childhood friends. Sometimes I'd get people, not just childhood, but just friends. And we were just bullshit. Kind of like now, but, you know, there's a little more of a direction because we're comedians and whatever.
True.
But at that time, it was just hanging. I would do episodes alone sometimes.
Okay. Any life advice?
Yeah, actually. And
Really?
yeah, it was so stupid. Like I look at
What would
those, I
you
look at that
say?
now, and I'm like, what a fucking.
What if
dweeb.
I followed it? What would my life look like?
That was dweeb behavior. What I'm talking about, that 1 year, that 2020 to 2021, I was a dweeb.
Really?
I would do a quarterly goals checkup on this podcast. January 1st.
Should we go back and find it?
You could probably find it.
So sweet, though.
January 1st, I would have this poster, and I'm like, guys, this is what I'm going to do, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then, like, every quarter, I would check in and be like, oh, I did this, and I did that. And now I don't even think about the concept of goals as a positive thing anyway. So I think goals are stupid.
Oh, okay. Well, Wait. Can I guess your sign?
Yeah.
This is so like Taylor Swift of me.
Do
but
it. It's far back, dude. You're gonna be looking for a second.
dude, is he actually like
Yeah, you'll find it.
That's such Virgo behavior.
Nope.
But you're not. You're a Scorpio.
Nope.
No, you're a Leo.
No.
No, you're a Cancer.
Nope.
You're a Taurus.
No.
You're an Aries.
You're naming every wrong one.
You're a Libra.
No. It's almost like you don't want to say
Gemini.
I am. There you go.
Oh.
I'm a dirty Gemini.
Ah.
Me and my mom have the same birthday, oddly enough.
I would never forgive you.
I always
It's
tell her
fucked
that.
up.
I'm like, I ruined your birthday, Mom. Sorry.
My niece and her mom are like 3 days apart.
Really?
And I'm like, I would be so pissed if I was 9 months pregnant while giving birth, like on my birthday. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So when you did it the first time, were you like, I want to keep doing this? Or were you like, this was horrifying, this was scary?
Oh, I loved it. I had
loved
like a rush. And then I went to Tiny and I met Abiola
Okay.
and a few other people. I'm sure like I know half the room that was there now that I look back on it.
Which one? Yeah, that might be my last one. That's in
Wait.
Connecticut, bro.
Aww.
Oh, this is so stupid.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are gonna. Let's see. Back when I had Twitter, look at that.
Hello, everybody, and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning
Oh,
in.
this is-
Yet again.
This is
I'm here to tell
this
you
is a
guys that
pre-roll
it's
I would
about
do.
time
I guess you
to
could
follow
skip it,
or
but
subscribe to the show wherever you listen. I know y'all are out there listening. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up again.
How old are you
Yes, we are still doing the show,
22 years ago.
yeah.
regardless of the
22
move.
years
No, this
ago.
was 2 years ago.
Different. There's no Simian behind me. He
You're
is.
like
He's up
19.
there on the wall, but the way this room is kind of situated,
Yeah, this
if
is where I
put it
lived
down
in fucking
lower where you
Connecticut,
guys
bro.
could see it, there'd be a glare, and it'd be like a mirror.
Yeah, there it
It'd be
is.
Weird.
I wonder what they said.
Focusing
Dude. I
on
don't
them.
even know what
They're
they
in the
said.
back of my head. I got some of them, but it's gonna be different. So, without further ado, let me shut the fuck up.
Look at that nice Connecticut
Well,
couch.
I can't shut the fuck up. This is my show. Here's
That was
our
a nice
list.
couch.
Seven things. Bang. Right here. You guys probably can't see it. I'm much further away now. It
I
don't
think this is
matter.
my
I'm gonna
first
read them to you
episode in
anyway.
Connecticut.
Let's shoot a thumbnail real quick. Bing. Okay.
So
2022
stupid, dude.
goals. First one: grow smoking Simian social media.
All right.
Instagram.
Enough of this.
1,000 followers.
I think I've probably gotten 100 followers since 2022. So that goal is fucking buried.
We should get like some like 19-year-old Instagram baddie to like run the page.
Yeah, huh? And just take pictures of herself
Yeah, and then it'll be your podcast.
with Simian stickers on her
Yeah.
face. This is 355, I think.
It's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right? This will be 355. Damn, dude, that's kind of wild. That's a weird thing. But okay, so you started meeting some people at your first mic. And
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went back to Tiny Cupboard because I only knew of Tiny Cupboard and Laughing Buddha mics.
Mm-hmm.
And also Comedians on the Loose. So I'd go to Comedians on the Loose. But that wasn't until like a month in. So it was really just like Tiny. I did Tiny the whole summer.
Same. Yeah, the first summer
That was
I was
kind
there.
of like a good vibe though.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun at
Sometimes.
one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, because you could hang there for a while and then... you
No,
know.
it was very convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good time. What do you think is like the worst time you've had at Tiny?
The worst. I don't think this was bad, but it was the first time I there was a dead rat in the room. Do you remember that? There was a dead mouse it just stunk like shit in the summer.
Ew.
There was a dead rat.
That's so gross.
Really, any time in the summer there sucks because it's so hot and sweaty.
Yes. I didn't even know the roof existed till like
Yeah, we went up to the roof.
October. Like,
Yeah. That's where we went to do the mics because it stunk like shit in there. It was that bad. We had to go up to the roof with no microphone, just screaming at each other like a bunch of criminals on a roof, like getting ready to fucking, raid somewhere. That's what it felt like.
damn.
Yeah, it's I mean, we got to be thankful for them,
No, they
in
raised
some sense.
us.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
That's what you want from a good teacher. They want you to move on and go on your own.
I respect it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it. I've met so many good people through it too.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw you was at Eastville.
Oh, Eastville, the late night one?
Yeah,
I
think
could
that was
have
the
sworn
first
I met
time.
you at Tiny.
Maybe.
You were one of those people I was like, oh my god, he's part of the crew. I don't know what crew they're in, but they all
Yeah.
know each other somehow, and I don't know how.
That is a weird feeling when you go to a new scene
Yes.
and you're like, these people are all here supporting each other and helping. I feel like the odd one out. Like I feel
Dude,
like,
I felt like that like the first like month or two.
yeah.
Honestly, like yeah, like till I started going to Eastville, like I know I had like random friends in comedy, but like when we did like the late night Eastville one, that's when I started like the community felt more real.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, here, I mean, I would say most of our friends are pretty supportive. Most of the comics we know are supportive. They're
Totally.
cool. Like there's other scenes where people are just pricks.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
scenes? Queens?
I would probably lean closer to Manhattan.
Me.
I actually think the better comics are in Brooklyn, if we're being like the funnier people are in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like across the board. No, I mean, I know you live in Manhattan. That's not what I mean. I mean like the people who the crews in
Yeah.
Manhattan. Like I would consider you someone who's in more of, I guess, with more Brooklyn people.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I feel like people
right?
view me as Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I do go. Maybe not recently, but for a while I was doing Brooklyn, like when
Yeah.
I first started. A lot of good mics out there.
Well, I feel
I
like
don't do well in Bushwick though. Besides
Oh,
Tiny,
really?
I mean, not that I did well at Tiny, but like the Bushwick mics, not. I don't think they like me. I don't think I like them.
Yeah, I get it. When I was in Connecticut, when I first met everybody, everyone was cool. And then it was like a weird switch. It was like, not that there was no animosity or anything, but I remember being very welcomed and then kind of like, I don't know, not spoken to or whatever. And that could have been me
Weird.
too. It totally could have been me. But that was, a weird thing. The Rhode Island scene's a little weird because there's a lot of hobbyists. There's a lot of people who are just do it for fun.
Casually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's like you're meeting comedians that
No, you're
want to
seeing
do something
people
with it.
like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
It's a stronger relationship.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've always wanted to do comedy in like another city.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I need to do it. I haven't even done it on Long Island yet.
Do they have mics out there?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Just get back close to that mic again.
Sometimes.
You can move
yeah.
it with you if you want. You can sit however
I'll
you want.
accommodate to the mic.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing. I went to Philly. I went to Baltimore. And Philly's close. I mean, you could go to Philly.
Did you like Philly?
Philly's awesome. Really good comedians. Very cool. They were all very cool, very nice, welcoming.
Sick.
And they're funny.
That's good. That's hard to find.
Baltimore was fun too. Baltimore, I had two sides of the coin though. It was kind of hilarious. The first place we went to was really hood. I was the
Okay.
only white guy there, and they were all awesome, all very fun
Yeah.
and funny.
Did they think you were white?
No, they never do.
Undercover.
This is actually hilarious. So I was the only white guy there, and my buddy who I was staying with, Nate, he's also black, but we've known each other since middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And they did the mic. We all got 10 minutes. It was free, by the way.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And everyone stayed. Everyone laughed. It was great.
Wow.
And then everybody got, as if 10 minutes wasn't enough, everybody got another 2 minutes, but the audience gives you a topic. So I went up there, And they're
That's
like, all right.
brutal.
They're
That's
like,
brutal.
right, because here we think of a mic, there's 30 fucking comics. There was maybe
You maybe
7.
get 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But there were probably 7 or 8 of us at this particular one. And it's the only one going on, you know? Like here, it's like, well, I'm going to hit this one, then I got to hit that one, then I hit that. So I'm not going to sit through 15 each time, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, he's like, all right, what's Antonio's topic? And my boy Nate goes, the N-word. Again, I'm the only white guy there.
No, they're all like,
But I was like, I literally said no, but everyone else was like, yeah.
oh my God.
So I asked if they'd been to Niagara Falls, and they thought it was funny. But yeah, other scenes are fun. I mean, I think it's just fun to, like, you know, go somewhere else.
Yeah, different
Somewhere
sense of
close.
humor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of that because I feel like I have such like a New York sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
That, like I feel like it wouldn't translate. Maybe it would translate well to like Philly and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I think it would. Philly comics are, you know, it's not like we're going to a completely different world. Philly's like an hour and a half away, 2 hours away.
the way I'm going to Bed-Stuy, I feel like I'm like in a different universe right now. Yeah.
Right. You should go back to Ohio. And
No.
do stand-up
I'm
there. That famous college you went to.
Oh, yeah. Do you happen to know the first ever school shooting?
First ever? Mm-hmm. No, I don't.
Can you guess?
I mean, like past Columbine, I can't think of one.
Really? How about 25 years
actually-
before Columbine?
What was the one during like the segregation riot? Like that one, it was like a famous case that student got shot. It was on some college campus.
Are you thinking of, what's his name, Walt Whitman or whatever, the guy who was the sniper shooting from the...
Walt Whitman was
Or am I thinking
a
of somebody
poet.
else?
Go ahead. You
Killing
have a
people with
motive. You
words,
could go with
son.
what you were going to say.
I went to Kent State.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
Nice.
1970. That
Hell
was an
yeah.
OG one.
That may have been it.
That might have been the
let me
one.
pull it up.
Yeah.
It was the Vietnam War.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? 1970. Right in the middle of
No,
that.
I remember telling my grandma I was going there, and she was like, "No," 'cause she was like in college when it happened.
She's like, Vietnam is still happening right now.
Dude, they try to cover their asses too. Like they made us write like a whole letter when we first
Really?
went in, explaining why they.
Damn.
I'm
Holy
gonna
fuck.
get my degree revoked, but
That's wild.
the
Yeah, I remember this
lampposts are
story.
where they got
Was
shot.
this the one?
No, it's not the one I was thinking of. But
Okay.
yeah, I remember the story. It was because it was the National Guard. It wasn't like
Yeah.
Killed
it
4
wasn't
people?
like a crazy.
No, they
student.
called the National Guard and the National, and it also.
Now they
There-
don't call anybody. It happens so often.
No. No, okay. I'll give you the rundown.
Okay.
Basically, Vietnam War is happening. There's some protesters. They burned down the ROTC building, you know.
Whoa.
And then
Holy fuck. I
Kent
didn't know
State called the National Guard, and the National Guard came. And people were still, like, going to class during all of this.
that. Yeah.
And the National Guard shot, like, 4 people walking to class, not even people who were protesting.
Whoa. So the National Guard were the mass shooters. Whoa.
So basically, Kent was just covering their asses for like being like, "Hey, we called the National Guard,
Yeah.
and they
they
killed
fucked you
innocent
up."
people."
Yeah.
But
Wow. I didn't know that. Holy shit. That makes it way like when you hear school shooting, you're like, wow, that guy was a maniac. What an awful thing. And it's still an awful thing, but it's even worse now because
Yeah.
it's a fucking military agency.
It was 28 National Guard soldiers fired about 67 rounds in over 13 seconds and killed 4 students, wounding 9 others.
Holy fuck. How old were they? 19, 20, 20, and
Yeah.
19. Holy
they're
shit.
walking to. I'm like, why are you walking to class? If I heard the ROTC building is getting fucking fired down, I'm not
Burned down.
No, that's a dweeb. That for real is a dweeb.
I gotta get to class.
Bitch, our acceptance rate is 85%. Like
Yeah.
you can miss one. Like you're fine.
You deserve it. That's like that video, that famous 9/11 video with those kids from NYU, like skipping.
Stop.
You know what I'm talking
and they're
about,
drinking
right?
wine. Oh my god,
That's a
dude.
crazy video.
That was insane.
They're like,
I remember like one day I just came home sick from work and my roommate and I just like watched 9/11 videos
fuck
for like
yeah.
hours straight.
I remember being terrified as a kid,
Really?
just let loose on YouTube, watching like conspiracy 9/11.
Stop, not conspiracy.
Like the smoke is Satan's face. You ever see those ones?
No.
Yeah. They get like a very specific frame, and they're like, "Doesn't this look like a demon's face?" And I'm like 12. I'm like, "Oh my god."
They're gonna say when 9/11 was happening, you were scared.
No, I don't remember it. I don't remember it. Everyone
How old
says
are
they
you?
remember.
You're 4?
4, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's like, I remember. What do you remember? I guess you're supposed to remember when a tragedy, like where you were. I mean, you're older.
I remember pretty vividly.
You remember.
How old
right?
are you?
I'm 31.
Oh, so you know it. You were there.
You're in the trenches.
I wasn't there, but I remember it very
So
well.
you were
enough.
7? 8?
Uh,
My brother was 7.
I was 3rd grade,
Yeah, 8.
so
Yeah. Huh. Did you like have to get? Did they evacuate the school and
a
stuff?
lot of kids got taken out of school, but they put all of us in the gymnasium. And it was
Okay.
just like a wall of teachers, and then like
Fuck,
every kid
dude.
in the whole gymnasium.
Damn.
So it was like packed out.
Yeah.
How was 9/11 explained to you?
At that time, nobody knew what it was, right?
Well, like nothing was
Like
said
when you
until I
got
got home,
home.
and I just remember seeing the towers burning down, like on the news.
Damn.
Yeah.
My brother, we were on Staten Island at the time, but my dad was in the city working, and I was like, my due date was on 9/11. And then, I know, literally. So, my mom is home pregnant as hell. My brother's just home watching the towers burn. They haven't heard from my dad in like 6 hours. They're like,
Fuck. That's wild. Holy shit.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cell phones aren't a thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I think my parents had cell phones at that time.
Hey,
Yeah.
rich
'Cause my
kid,
da-
we get it.
No, my dad worked in Manhattan too, so like he came home really late, covered in soot. It was
My dad was covered in that too. He walked from 53rd down to the Staten Island ferry.
God
on Wall
damn.
Street and
a
lost
hell of
his
a walk.
toenail in the middle of it.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
The only tragedy, I'm trying to think, where I remember where I was, it's not nearly the same as 9/11.
You weren't in Manhattan during 9/11, you mean?
I remember when Mac Miller died.
Yes.
Not
that
even
was
close.
tragic.
But I was at work. I was like, and one of my coworkers was like, oh, Mac Miller died. I'm like, what? I remember that.
I remember Sandy Hook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
Well, that's
remember that
Connecticut, so fuck them.
No.
Shout out Alex Jones.
Antonio, I'm telling you. I was literally at school in 6th grade, and I remember it being like a really sad day out, and I was like, something bad is going to happen today.
Yeah, wow, really? You remember.
You caused it.
You have the omen. You caused it. Yeah, I mean, I was here for the orange, the smog, the smoke. Remember
That
the
was
smoke?
smoked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a tragedy?
No.
To Canada? I guess?
Yeah, I guess, right? It's funny, Jake.
Boston bombing was kind of your neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
true. I had a
yeah.
friend that was running in the Boston bombing. Well, the
Marathon.
Boston Marathon when the bombing happened.
Is that what he signed up for?
Yeah. He's like, wow, I guess I got to run faster.
Did he?
Or slower.
Or slow,
Is
yeah.
he-
Or
is
just
he
stop.
okay?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fine.
cool.
I don't know where he was in relation to the actual bombing, but he was there doing the race. Yeah.
Dude,
Pretty fucking
imagine
wild.
running alone in general. Just
running.
sucks.
Running sucks, dude.
A bomb behind you? Fuck
That's the only
that.
time I'm running, is if there's a bomb.
That's true. Or
Not
if
even a
there's
good one, like a
sandwich.
homemade one.
I know, a shit homemade bomb.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was like a weird guy, some guy who just made a fertilizer bomb.
2 guys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, I don't
Brothers.
even know the whole story. I
Brothers?
fucking forget everything.
Yeah, they made it. They made a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
bomb.
That's so sweet. I always want to bond with my brother.
No, it was a pressure cooker bomb. So it was just like one of those little crock pots filled with like nails and screws and stuff.
Oh. Did anyone die?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Because that just seems like an annoyance. That's a bomb of
Yeah.
annoyance. You just
I
get
think-
hit with glass.
There wasn't that many deaths, but I think one of them was like an 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Long Island serial killer got caught?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
have
like
you
right.
heard about
That's
that?
close to where I live now. Yeah.
Dude,
What was it? What was it called? Did he have a
It
name?
was this guy who was.
I don't think it was actually him. I think
Uh-oh.
That's insane.
Long Island lore.
All right, let me just no. No, so basically, this guy was hiring sex workers on eBay, and like would murder them and dump their bodies
yeah.
at.
In Gilgo Beach. that's
Gilgo
where he
Beach.
dumped
Okay,
them.
this
Yeah.
is what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was recent though, right?
Well,
He was caught recently, but
Yeah.
it goes back probably 10 years.
Yeah.
You
no, I thought it was like the early 2000s. I thought
Think-
it's been going on
was
for
that
a
long?
while. Look him up though. What? Who do you think did it?
Someone else. I don't know.
What?
You think they got the wrong guy?
Oh, you know him. That's your uncle, Steven. I don't know.
I
Now,
used-
there was this guy who used to come into the pizzeria I used to work at that we were convinced was the Gilgo Beach killer because they questioned him because he was an air conditioning
questioned
repairman. So he'd go to Gilgo Beach and fix ACs all the time. So we always thought it was him.
Whoa. Okay. Well, you got some insider information. You might be right.
I still believe it.
No, this guy is so creepy looking. Like, show me
Yeah.
a picture.
Rex Heuerman.
The Craigslist killer, I'm pretty sure is from Rhode Island. They made a whole movie
Dude,
about
he's
him.
So
It's this guy.
That's such a jump scare.
Oh, he is creepy looking, huh?
Oh, he's an architect too, and his house looked like shit.
They caught him from a pizza box.
Yeah, his fat ass.
He looks like Harvey Weinstein, kind of. Like without the beard. Ugh. Man, the kind of nerve you have to be a serial killer. Jesus Christ. I bump into somebody on a train. I'm like, so sorry. Forget, like, killing groups of
Do
people.
you think you've... Okay, statistically speaking, we have met a serial killer at one point.
I doubt it. There's not that many of them.
Sorry. That's
a lot, right?
Especially now. It's like a dying art to be a serial killer. How are you going to do that with all the
He's dying?
footprints?
How?
Because there's cameras everywhere. How do you get away
His
with it?
ring doorbells.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wear a mask.
Some guys like getting ready to break into a house. It's like, you are on camera, by the way. This is Ring.
This is real.
Letting you know.
He's like, fuck.
Fuck.
No, what about
didn't
that guy
account for
who
that.
went to that college house and murdered a bunch of people, but was wearing a mask and didn't get caught? The Idaho guy. Oh, the Idaho guy.
Well, that's like the D.B. Cooper guy. Besides the killing, he didn't kill anybody. He just robbed a plane and jumped off. You know what I'm talking about? D.B. Cooper. They never
How
found
do
him.
you rob a plane? That's so dumb.
You know what I'm talking about?
DB Cooper. I
D.B.
feel like I know
Cooper.
the name.
They only have a cat like a drawing of him. See? They don't. Nobody. They never found him.
What?
He went onto a plane and hijacked it, but really just got
Wait, I'll pull it up. You can read the
yeah.
story.
He just got a bunch of money from people. I think it was like $1 million. No, 200,000. Demanded 200,000. Let's see. And then he just jumped off. And nobody ever found him.
Bigger or smaller?
D.
I got you.
There
Oh,
we go.
he's from Portland.
D.B. Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper, was an unidentified man who hijacked Northwest Orient Flight's Flight 305, a Boeing 727 aircraft, which, by the way, now would crash on its own, in United States airspace in 1971. During the flight from Portland to Seattle, Cooper told a flight attendant he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 for ransom, which would be worth a lot of money now, $1 million, and 4 parachutes upon landing in Seattle. After releasing the passengers in Seattle, Cooper instructed the flight crew to refuel. Wow, he made them go back in the air, fly to Mexico City,
No, Dan Cooper knew his worth. Like,
stopping in Nevada, and then, opened the aircraft's aft door, deployed the staircase, and parachuted into the night over southwestern Washington. His true identity and whereabouts have never been determined. Wow.
So they just made up some random guy named Dan.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's all they have on him is Dan or DB or
D-Bubs.
Mr. Cooper, bro. That's like Chael Sonnen swears he knows him. He's like, I know
What
Dan
if it
Cooper.
was a chick?
I know, huh?
He was probably just trying to hitch a ride because, like, that's such a short flight.
Yeah.
The original flight was Portland to Seattle, so he probably bought a cheap ticket
Yeah.
and wanted to actually go
To Mexico.
to Mexico or Nevada.
Not even devil's advocate tonight.
Yeah. Well, the Zodiac killer, they never found him either, and that motherfucker was leaving clues.
Yeah.
He
That
made
was
people
psychotic.
decipher his
You
shit.
think it was OJ?
He made his family sign NDAs.
Wasn't
That's
that like
true.
30 years earlier?
Was it earlier?
The Zodiac Killer?
Oh, yeah, it was.
It's like the 70s.
OJ only maybe killed somebody.
I have friends. I don't know if I should admit this online, but I have friends that went to spring break in Fort Lauderdale, and OJ has a place in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And he just hangs out there, and
Yeah.
they have just like all these pictures of him at a beach bar.
Oh, totally. Totally. For a while, I mean, people would just like,
And these girls were trying to get back to his room. I'm like,
oh
you guys
my
are psychotic.
God, that's crazy.
Not my friends, but not my friends. Fuck.
Yeah, that's wild shit.
It's like, why would you do that? I don't know.
Hey, he got what, 2,000 yards in a 14-game season or something? What's the legend?
He was really good.
Yeah, he was really good. At football.
Great player.
And getting away with killing people. He was good at both.
Him in Fort Lauderdale, like.
Yeah. I remember there was one video where a lady went up to him. He was getting interviewed, and they were like walking on a boardwalk, and a lady went up to him, and she's like, "Hi, I've never shaken hands with a murderer. Very nice to meet you." And he's like, "Oh well, yeah." He just played it off. And the interviewer later on, they're walking. She's like, "Does that bother you?" And he's like, "No, we're good." And then later on in that interview process, they were like in a hotel room or something, and he opens a door and he's got a banana in his hand, and he's like, "Ee," playing a prank. He's just got a sense of humor, you know.
Had one.
Then writes a book. If I did it, I mean, come on, the guy's.
If I did it, is crazy.
Yeah,
Dude.
that guy's a legend.
Yeah. How would you if you were to murder?
If I was gonna murder my cheating girlfriend, I can't say my plans on here. All right, Allie, let's wrap this bitch up. This has been a
Okay.
lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Where can people find you? Do you have anything to promote? I know you run a show. I don't know how often you do it.
I am running a show that's gonna be on my rooftop
Yes.
May 2nd,
Hell yeah.
7:30. It's a Friday. Come on out. My social media is ALI_FEET and then comedy.
And that's the right one, right?
That's the
that we
right
talked
one.
about, yeah. And information for that show will be on there as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Fantastic.
Sick. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Thank you all so much for listening, gang. We'll be back next week. Peace.